Hi, Anti Society. Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet to Bleach, episode 264. I think we're focusing on Shunsui and Nanao, maybe? I think that might be the vibes, at least from the preview that we got. So I feel like this is going to be another one of those episodes. Again, I know the whole thing is filler, but like this one especially, because I'm pretty sure we hadn't properly looked at Shinsui's Zanpakuto at this point. It should be interesting. It should be fun. In 3, 2, 1, go. I do honestly feel like I'm gonna miss this intro monologue in a weird way. I just like predictability. I like being in my comfort zone that like it's gonna throw me off. I do love the opener too, but that's mostly because I like the band. The band that I cannot name. I don't think so. On YouTube. I think I'd get into some trouble. If I said the name, but it is kind of wild how many openers to Bleach I'm like, oh, I like this artist or I like this band, which does like make sense given like the time period that it came out, I guess, and like my interest in Japanese music. But and I guess like also like Kubo is always putting in like references to music where I'm like, yeah, we're on the same wavelength. But it's amazing like how many of them I'm like, I didn't even know that they like did a song for this or like that this song was used as this opener. I just liked this song or I just liked this band. So I will kind of miss it. It is the wild that at some point they made a specific opener for this filler arc, but they didn't just do it at the beginning. Like again, I get like animation being what like time constraints and budget and stuff, but like they did it eventually, and I'm like, I don't know why we got mostly to the end of this arc before you were like, oh yeah, we could do an opener. All right, what shenanigans are we doing? Honestly, this makes a lot of sense for an opening episode that has to do with Sensui in any way. Just like naps and music, flowers. He's vibing. I don't know, maybe he's the only one doing it right. What's the point if you can't enjoy the cherry blossoms every once in a while? Wow, just passing off responsibility. I don't know. Y'all both seem quiet but capable, perhaps. The part of Shinsui's heart that like actually is focused on what's going on. The formal one. Do we literally not talk? Okay, boundaries. That's cool. I get it. I also don't like any kind of physical interaction unless I've given permission. Can't just be in my personal space. I mean, kind of his child. think she's like, yeah, I know. I'm just telling jokes. Calm down. And we're trying to make a clean escape, or do we sense it? Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe now who we're talking about. Interesting too that since he has like two like halves of his Zanpakuto, right? It is kind of a way of keeping tabs on everything. Like, despite the fact that he's like, I don't want to get up, I don't want to be involved in this, he is still like kind of paying attention to what's going on because he's like, I don't know, it's almost like the like telephone kind of game, right? Like the lining up shot there. I mean, Shunsui is like a scary dude. Like for all of his outward appearance and like facade, he's one of the ones where I'm like, I'm uncomfy by what you might be capable of. Yeah, I don't trust it. You got too comfortable. Y'all should not be fighting each other. This was not the assignment. Well, I feel like I don't want to be on the same wavelength as a remnant, but okay. I do like her design though. He's like, no big deal. No, not really. I do like that he just has like unwavering confidence. He's like, yeah, Nana's got it. Which like makes sense. Like he wouldn't have chosen someone to like help him as captain if like he didn't think that they were capable. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I'm like, that's the scary part. Oh. But I think it's also like, you know, very like intentional with Shunsui, right? Of being like, I need to have someone around me who has more of that like strictness and like unwavering kind of like stubborn streak to them to kind of counterweight him, right? It is a little bit like babysitting. Also, did the cherry blossoms go in reverse? Or did we go back in time? Well, that was not necessary. Yeah, I feel like we're flashback. We're using those for the. Like she's like, no, these are not the right metaphors. She's stubborn, unwavering. I mean, is that what we're calling Toshiro nowadays? I joke, I kid. At this music. I love the consistent, like, you sneeze when someone's talking about you. Just like, I know that that's a thing, like, in like, Japan, but I love that it's like, it comes up so often. Are we trying to have a bonding moment? Oh dear. I mean, she's gonna like to fight them if that's the option. I can hear it in the background. Yeah, I'm like, if it's about fighting, she's like, sure. She doesn't do that though. And that's why she has the role that she does. Keep going back to the cherry blossoms though. There's something about the cherry blossoms. I know part of it's like a there's like a we're trying to like show time passing and what have you, but also or maybe there's something about the cherry blossoms. You should just ask her what she likes instead of being like, here, like the same things as me. And I wasn't saying anything. because it's not just that. It and like also like the Zanpakuto are like a reflection of like the heart of the Soul Reaper, right? So I'm sure that there's part of it too of being like, if I can't, like, I should be able to do this, right? For like the captain that I interact with and work with all the time. You know, the little like sing song delivery. She clearly has an interest. Enough that you could sneak up on her a little bit. Ask about it. Or just like be there with her. Enjoy the same things at the same time. As an introvert, coexisting in the same spot while doing activities is a great bonding experience. I mean, she let her put the flower in her hair. That feels like a step in the right direction. It wasn't all like battle stance immediately. Are we gonna fight the remnant that got away? Or like, is that why we're here? Is this where the injured remnant ended up? Cute. See, it's just cute. One of like enjoying certain things and like meeting people at their level. No. Tragedy. Oh dear. Yeah, it was like at some point we're gonna have to deal with the remnant. I didn't think it'd be like this. I mean, points for the hair commitment, though. Can't you just summon it to her? They're the same thing, right? Can't you just, like, I don't know. I feel like that would work. Again, I'm assuming that there's any kind of actual logic going on, and also we need the suspense. The cherry blossom. How dare you? That was our bonding flower. Yeah, I guess there would be a little bit of a grudge with the whole like playing games hurting him thing. But she's stubborn and she never gives up. And that's why we love Nanao. I'm just saying that because I can't beat the twin allegations. The shoulder pads too. I know we don't like this character in general, but the design, commitment to the bit. Oof. But we did try. And again, we didn't just like disappear, go do our own thing. We're trying to work together. Yeah, I was gonna say, eventually we're keeping an eye on things a little bit. Yeah, a little bit more than you signed up for. Yeah, he does not play games like that. I mean, he does play games, but there is a line. Aw. It's kind of cute. I was like, it's kind of like child related. Oh, I like that too. Of like maybe a change wasn't necessarily unnecessary, and it was just like figuring out how to meet someone where they're at. And I like that they have all the flowers around. As someone who also really likes flowers, I get this. Well, that's basically friendship. See, the friendship flowers. And the fact that she's choosing to do something that is like gentle, right? And that like doesn't have anything to do with fighting or like bloodshed or whatever. Aw, I like that too. That was a cute episode. I do love a character driven story though. I'm sure in like the grand scheme of people who like shonens, having a whole episode that was just like, let's talk about like cherry blossoms and flowers and how do we bond with people. We're a little bit different. I don't know how much that would have resonated, but I really liked it. I like that. I mean, maybe it's also like the introvert and like the neurodivergent in me that I'm like, I like any story that's like, hey, maybe people don't need to change. We just need to figure out how to like meet them where they're at and have like that bridge moment instead of like, before where they were going through all the different things of clothes and like food and stuff. It's like trying to do stuff that they like as like a bonding thing. And instead the solution was like, how do you find something that this person enjoys themselves and then like use that as a way of understanding them and connecting with them and like I said, being that bridge point instead of completely deviating, right? And it's someone who's like neurodivergent. I'm like, yeah. I even said it in the episode. I'm like, coexisting in the same spot while we do our own thing is a great way to bond with me. I love just existing in the same place with people that I enjoy without actually having to interact. Ooh, looks like we're getting a little bit of a everybody gets to be involved in the next episode. I am very curious to know how they're gonna end it. Like what the ending might even feel like. I could just end, to be fair, but Keen. I love they're on vacation. That's what's happening. We don't want to know. Like like I was saying, I think this is a really cute episode of just focusing on characters, and like the quietness of it, I think, is really interesting too, just given Shunsui, like who he's like a person versus his Zanpakuto and like the way that it functions. And again, I was like, I don't know how much we're going to be able to go into that because of the time period of like where this falls within the canon, but the way that his Zanpakuto functions, I think it's really interesting to have an episode that is very quiet, and there's barely any fighting, like combat in this episode. It's really just like the beginning little bit and like a little bit at the end, though he just like one shot it at the end. He's like, no, I like to play games, but not about the people that I care about, which I think is very telling of who he is. But I like getting an episode that was very like not combat heavy, that focused on like the quietness and how it's really about figuring someone out, even when they're different, even when they're unsettling in some ways, right? Like I feel like not understanding things immediately makes us feel unsettled, right? That instinctual thing of avoiding stuff we don't understand or being against things that we don't understand because it makes us uncomfortable. And I like that this episode was kind of countering that, of instead of making someone into something that you can understand, taking the time to learn about them and to understand them, and how do you connect with them in a way that like makes sense with them. And like I said, as someone who's neurodivergent and has some mutism moments as well, as much as I talk on this channel, there are lots of moments in my life in which I do not talk at all, and it can be difficult for me. That I appreciate any episode that takes the time to have a character that has that feeling, right, of being like different to the point where it can be uncomfortable for other people, and then you get the story of someone actually taking the time to understand them and to be comfortable, like for both people, right, for everyone to figure out how do we coexist and figure out how to communicate with each other in a way that makes sense. And sometimes it is just like finding that one thing, that one connection point, bridge point of interest, and letting those quiet moments just exist and breathe. So I think that this episode is really cute, and I think that it is the kind of thing I want from filler episodes, of something that's quiet and character focused and expands on the relationships between the different characters. But it looks like the next episode is going to be like the last one. I'm curious to know how we're gonna wrap up anything. If we don't really need to, there's not anything super important plot wise, but it looks like we're gonna be doing like a few different characters. I feel like we've been focusing one or two of the like Zanpakutos we've been going along, and it looks like the next one might be a little bit more collective in the Zanpakuto we get to see, which will be fun just to get to see them one last time and enjoy the like dynamics and designs and everything. But I hope you enjoyed watching that along with me. You can click this playlist to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so next time I post a Bleach reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.